The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Access Fort Wayne is a department of the Allen County Public Library. If you or anyone you know might be interested in making a television show, please call 260-421-1250.
Welcome to the Kachmann Mind, Body, Spirit Show. Today's show will be really tremendously appreciated by you because you're going to understand how the hormones in your body and in the world can affect your being and your health. And you will understand it, and you can watch it again, and then it will go to YouTube, and then you can watch it on YouTube. YouTube, Rudy Kachmann. Look good, disease-free, and watch the show again because this is really a tremendous amount of information. So let's get on the road today. In our body, we have a hormone called dopamine. It's the motivational chemical. We have oxytocin, the connection chemical. We have serotonin, the mood and energy chemical. Then we have the endorphins, which you may have heard about, the de-stressing chemical. In the time we're done today, you will know where they are made and what they do in detail. We're just getting started. Okay, so dopamine, the first one that I mentioned, through hard work and effort, dopamine creates your drive and motivation to pursue meaningful goals. Oxytocin, the second one that I mentioned, connects you with the people you love and build yourself, your belief system, the love for your relatives. Serotonin creates huge positive shifts in your mood and energy and drives you to pursue healthy behavior. And then we have the endorphins, the ones that I mentioned before, created by physical movement. Endorphins de-stress and calm your brain, and they also relieve pain. And I will explain the science of it in great detail. You can develop the ability to achieve your goals with your dopamine, okay? Understanding dopamine, going to tell you more detail about it. Dopamine is the brain chemical that has become increasingly well known in our modern world. We're learning more and more about it. You may receive small dopamine hits when scrolling social media. Looking through social media makes you feel good. Well, it's probably a dopamine secretion. But I would tell you, the time I get done today, you realize it's a combination of many different hormones and neurotransmitters. But dopamine could be the main one, the quick one. So you're on your phone, you're having an alcoholic drink or eating sugary foods, and you feel better quickly. Well, that's probably a dopamine hit, although endorphins could do it too. Learning how to increase the amount of dopamine you produce naturally each day will have a monumental impact on your motivation levels. And with that, your capacity to pursue what you're seeking in your life, what you're trying to do to improve your life. You take some dopamine hits. you need to learn how to naturally increase the amount of dopamine you produce every day. It's to your advantage. It makes you feel good. The dopamine principles, I'll tell you a couple of them. Make hard work feel good. You're working hard and you're getting a good feeling. It's probably your dopamine at work. It controls the pleasure-pain balance. So if you're having some pain with what you do, a dopamine hit will make the pain less. So it's important if you know something about it. So where's the action center? Where's it located in your body? For you to feel it, there has to be a center it comes from. The action center is in the hypothalamus, at the bottom of the brain, next to the amygdala and hippocampus, the center of the brain that affects your emotions and pain. But it secretes these hormones and sends them to these centers, and then you feel it. So originally, many years ago, the only way to increase our work to feel good were these hard, painful activities we did, such as hunting, foraging for food, very difficult things. But when you did that, you felt better. However, over time, we quickly found ways to stimulate our dopamine system without any effort. A cigarette, boom, quick. And then we get addicted to it, and we need more cigarettes. Alcohol, same thing. Drugs, junk food, special media effects. We can slow the dopamine because we repeatedly, remember I mentioned that about cigarettes, we're repeatedly secreting dopamine, but it's no longer working. We're becoming addicted. The receptors, stimulators are not working as good. And so the amount of dopamine we need to do to get the same feeling, we have to increase the amount, just like increase the number of cigarettes we're smoking. So we can exhaust the dopamine system, and this is the primary cause of the demotivated, depressive, the symptoms you may experience, that you're not feeling as good as you used to when you did the same activity. Well, what are natural ways of increasing dopamine happiness? Making deep social connections, having a lot of friends, increases dopamine secretion. Moving your body, exercise does it. Runner's high, you've heard of that before. Eating nutritious foods will cause some dopamine secretion. Reading books, that's my own experience. 2,000 books in my basement. I get up at 5 in the morning to read them. You think maybe it was giving me a dopamine hit. Sleeping deeply, a good night's rest will do the same thing. Working towards your goal, you have a goal and you're working towards it and you're achieving and you're getting dopamine hits. I think it's happening to me because I teach wellness by helping a lot of people. They're getting better. Dr. Kachmann, I lost 30 pounds. My diabetes went away. Do you think maybe I'm getting a dopamine and an endorphin hit? Yes, I am. Remember, it's a combination of hormones. So high dopamine levels can occur because we're increasing the activities. So let's summarize about dopamine a little bit. So they motivate us. If we concentrate it, and the principles make hard work feel good. I do a lot of TV shows, radio shows, all about health, making people better. And I'm certain I'm getting a dopamine hit. So how to get low dopamine feelings? If you're not motivated, distracted, depressed, not ambitious. You want high dopamine feelings. If you're motivated, determined, I'm going to get the job done, you'll get dopamine hits and they drive you on because you'll feel better. So how can we show some dopamine love? Find something you love to do. Looking at art, painting, writing, watching certain videos, educational, studying, reading, listening, podcasting, do it yourself or listen to it, can be motivating. And some can be sport-based, yoga, football, dancing, which I do, singing, and pickleball causes me to have a dopamine hit. So now we have thoroughly sort of discussed, and we know where the center is in our brain. And next we're going to discuss, this is an unusual one, and you'll have to listen carefully, understanding oxytocin. That's the other next hormone we talk about. And it's very interesting. The greatest facilitator of life. Yes. One of the most common chemicals in your body. One of the most vital to both procreation and our survival as humans. And I'll tell you where it comes from shortly. This is because of its powerful impact on our desire as humans to connect with other people, to have friends. You give a friend a hug, that's an oxytocin hit, okay? So connect with one another, form bonds, working closely in groups, families. I've seen the transformational impact oxytocin can have on relationships, self-belief, faith, the way we view the world. To understand oxytocin, if we have to journey back to the moment you were born. Now I'm going to tell you about the science of it. And a moment that I don't remember, you don't remember when you were born, but the moment when first oxygen first surged through your body and brain, the moment of childbirth, oxytocin is released at that time in your mom's brain as well as your brain. You're getting a burst of these hormones, and your mother too, because you have the hormones. The mother has the hormones that causes you two to bond together. That's how it happens, okay? Both your mommy creates a strong, innate desire to deeply care for you both. A mother loves her child so much, hugs the child, they hug each other. That's hormonally based. That's based on hormones that are secreted in the mother's body and in the child's body. And that's why she wants to protect you, keep you safe for you. As a newborn baby, it creates a deep wanting for that love. That love is based on hormones. That's reality. The caregivers around you, which help keep you alive. It also affects the children around you. The oxytocin principles requires good quality social connection, okay? Requires positive, grateful, internal self-talk. How high the oxytocin do you need it? We'll feel far more connected to the important people in your life. That's what oxytocin does. You see how important it is? It's not something that happened. It's based on the hormones secreted in your body. So let's summarize it a little bit. Oxytocin, the summary. So it's based on relationships, confidence. Principles require good quality in-person social connection based on hormones. Requires positive, grateful, internal self-talk. Okay? Low oxytocin, the lonely, unconfident, lonely feelings. High oxytocin feelings, you feel connected, you feel confident. I love you, they love you, you love them, but hormonally based. So oxytocin contributes. How can you increase it? By touching the person. My cat, for example, when I get home tonight, my cat will hug me and I will hug the cat. I'm secreting oxytocin, so is my cat. Yes, mutual feeling. And so how to increase oxytocin? Spend more time with the family, share child care, emotional and quality time with the family increases the oxytocin between you. Yeah. Physical connections are extremely important, so they can be emotional, verbal, but also what I said about touch, for sensory touch. So you can have a positive social connection. So eating and drinking together will increase your oxytocin. Listening to music together will increase your oxytocin. Calling, talking to the person in person versus texting, so we have to read it. We want you to see each other. Make eye contact. That increases oxytocin. I know when you make eye contact with a person, oxytocin increases in the giver and the taker. So oxytocin story is very interesting. So now we're through 2 hormones. Now we're heading for number 3. The serotonin principles. Where does that come from? It empowers you towards a much healthier experience of life, okay? The chemical that helps you take good care of your body. Having a calm, healthy, energized body is essential to experiencing the joy within our minds. So 90% of the serotonin, listen to this, remember the oxytocin, where that was secreted, and where the dopamine was made in the brain. But serotonin is made in your gut. Yes, it's made in your gut. Mind-gut connection. Candace Pert discovered the science of that. And you can read her book, Molecules of Emotion, which is what we're talking about. It's a book that she wrote around 1972 or so. And she discusses the science of it. And the science has advanced since that time. So the serotonin that is produced in your gut has direct impact on your mood, your energy, your emotions. And it's produced, people will even say your second brain is here. And the gut is connected to the brain, and the brain to the gut. So your emotions are messages from your body, not just from your brain, they are from your body. Emotion actually means energy in motion. That's all that means. Feel sad, so eat some sugar. Or scroll through social media, and your serotonin will go up, your dopamine may go up. Understanding the brain-body connection is something you learn to understand. So let me summarize it for you a little bit. The serotonin summary. It increases your mood and energy. 90 to 95% is created in your gut. The happier your body is, your mind. There's a mind-body connection. How to get low serotonin? Unhealthy food, lack of sleep. Sleep's important. Walking in nature increases your serotonin, your dopamine too. We are connected to nature. We are connected to nature. As sunlight causes endorphins to secrete. So high serotonin feelings increase your mood. You feel energetic. Serotonin boosters include nature. Remember I said sunlight is a big thing. We should be spending 60 minutes a day in sunlight. I will speak more about that a little bit later. And sleep is important. So understanding nature and sunlight, start spending time in nature alone. Hug a tree, look at the sun, look at the stars, look at the universe. We're all interconnected. So it's a combination of many different chemicals we spoke about already. But one dominates over the other. Okay? So harness the power of the sun, a massive contributing factor to boosting serotonin is sunlight. Sunlight. Our time spent outside is crucial for a happy, healthy mind. Walking through nature, looking at the trees, looking at the stars, it all causes secretion of different hormones in our body, many of which we've discussed, and we will discuss some more. What is the circadian rhythm? That's something we hear about. A lot of us don't know what it means. That's our body's internal clock. This refers to the physical, mental, behavioral changes that occur during a 24-hour period as a result of changes in the light through the day. Yes, we have darkness, we have sunlight. So I want you to learn something about the circadian rhythm, and you can learn more about it by looking at my YouTube show, Circadian Rhythm. I discuss it there. Think of your circadian rhythm as your body's internal clock, always running in the background with the interaction of optimizing your energy level and mood. Due to artificial light, remember we have artificial electricity now, we are forced no longer to align with the laws of just with the laws of nature. Light and dark, we have to consider artificial light as being part of it. So bright morning sunlight doesn't just activate your serotonin, but it also provides a healthy natural rise in your cortisol and dopamine level. Remember I said a lot of these hormones are interconnected. One is more dominant than the other. So sunlight is essential to starting your day in an energetic, positive, motivating mood. Importantly, it does not need to be sunny for you to experience the increase. It can be dark. In sunny days, you need to be out there at least 5 to 15 minutes. I do every day. Go outside in the morning, no matter what it is, and to make sure I get my glasses off, that I get 10 minutes of sunlight. If it's a cloudy day, you need 15 minutes. I do it every morning. And on dark, overcast days, probably up to 30 minutes. And you can sit there and look at the sun, maybe sing a song, increase your endorphins, feel better. Strategy is to ensure you start experiencing sunlight at 3 different moments through the day, maybe morning, lunch, and evening. It doesn't take a long time. The minimum amount of sunlight you need in a day, and it can be dark, 60 minutes. We need to spend, because we are connected to nature. So I encourage you to do that. So how do we get good health? So remember, a lot of it good is made in the gut. And the best source of food, to deal with food, actually the best is that timing of the food. That makes a difference. If you do time-regulated eating like I do, I eat 2 meals a day, because the first few hours, hormones are secreted by your brain that your blood sugar is like that. You don't need to eat. Breakfast was something invented by industry. I do it around noon. I play pickleball around 9. 30, I feel very energetic. This is based on science. Read Susan Ryan's book, Simply Keto. She explains it, shows pictures of her recipes in an excellent way. Another way to do it is eat until you're about 80% full. And as the food gets digested, you'll have no appetite left. Remove the processed foods that don't have coverings on them. That's important. Recharge at night to thrive by day. Get a good night's rest. The quality of sleep is more important than the quantity. I've had to learn the hard way about that, but I'm sleeping solidly about 4 or 5 hours, and I feel rested all the time. So there's a science to it. But when you are supposedly asleep, your brain is not totally asleep. It's in different stages, and you might want to learn a little bit more about that. Let's talk about the last one, and maybe that's the most important one. Your endorphins. What are endorphins? Let me give you a little bit of history there. Your body, that every cell has endorphin receptors on them. Candace Pert discovered that. Endorphin, incidentally, means morphine. Okay, and so every cell has endorphin receptors down to a 2 or 3 cell beings. Yes, even bacteria have in them endorphin receptors. So because they have receptors, we know the hormones are made in your body, in your body, and they're the feel-good, they're the de-stressors and pain relievers. You have an injury, and for a few seconds you don't feel any pain. That's because endorphins were secreted and relieve the pain. Then the pain comes back. So during pursuit of survival, your endorphins have played a key role in the immediate moment of hard physical stressors and pain. Endorphins come in. So endorphins are released for two primary reasons: to remove stress from your mind, so you don't focus on the pain. The pain is there, but you're not focusing on it because the endorphins relieve the pain, and to stay alive, remove the pain, that you can withstand the horrible pain that just occurred. So it's a natural painkiller made in your body, and it is morphine. It is 1,000 times stronger than regular pain, yes, than regular morphine. The endorphin principle, how can you produce it? Physical exertion. People get a runner's high. They secrete endorphins. So it's a natural pain de-stressor that's already in your body. So let's do a little bit of poetry here to break this up a little bit. One way to increase your endorphins is to take vitamin M, music. I do that in the morning. Rudy's playlist, and the songs, and I get up out of bed and I sing them, and I'm secreting endorphins, feel better. The feel-good hormones will explode in your body. Endorphins are golden nectar, are bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine made in your body. Endorphins are connected to every cell. They're your strawberries. They lift up your face, soften your eyes, cause you to smile. Endorphins are golden nectar, our bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. Remember, it's strong. It's stronger than regular morphine. It's in our body. Endorphins relieve stress and clean up the mess. They are released by the cosmos, the sun, the stars, the universe. Just look at them. Endorphins are golden nectar, a bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. The cosmos, the prana, the chi, which you've heard about, are for you and me. Quantum energy, ancient tribes felt the bliss. We live in a field of songs. Ancient tribes, they had nothing. And all they had was the stars, the Milky Way, the sunshine, the cosmos. And they looked up there and the endorphins were secreted and they felt good. They were poor, they had nothing, but they were happy as can be because of the endorphins, the morphine. Please, the cosmos, the prana, the chi for you and me. Quantum energy, ancient tribes felt the bliss. We live in a field of songs. Baby, it's cold outside. Please come in. Stardust on the rays of the sun and universe above the Milky Way. Endorphins are golden nectar, our bliss we don't want to miss. It's our body's morphine. I think you're getting the idea now. Our strawberries, the inner smile, the beautiful tree, give it a hug. Birds singing, blue skies, butterflies flying by, scents, tastes, visions, music, colors. I'm in heaven. Vitality. Endorphins can be delivered to any part of your body. The golden stream of endorphins lead to good health. We are a microelectric being connected to the forest and Milky Way. Yes, we ourselves are microelectric being. The whole universe is full of electromagnetism. In us, it's just very low, but it's there. Absorb, guide, spread. Fill your chakras, meridians, and molecules of emotion. Meditate, connect the chi, the prana, and the tribal state. Feel good forever. The point is that endorphins remove the stress and pain. Endorphins enhance the natural immune system by activating the natural killer cells, NK cells, which destroy defective cells and cancer cells. Yes, endorphins do that. Endorphins are found in all living creatures, animals and man. Your cat and dog has them. Physical well-being, endorphins. Psychological well-being. The Western medicine is cautiously moving towards accepting the implications of this. The body is an information soup. We already discussed a lot of the hormones. Every organ has hormones associated with it. Aspects of a human being must be in harmony. The story of Norman Cousins, you've heard of him maybe. He had ankylosing spondylitis. His whole spine didn't move. Can you imagine how painful that'd be? Can you imagine? But he didn't just sit there. And what he learned was if he could establish doses of laughter and endorphins. Remember endorphins? Pain relief. Okay. He found if you watched a funny movie for 2 hours, you would have no pain for 4 hours. Interesting. When I had some back pains, I played pickleball, same thing. While I was playing, I felt no pain, and it must have been endorphins. For 4 hours, I had no pain afterwards. So laughter created the pain, the free comfort. Laughter produces high endorphin flow. That's the reason I ask you to wake up in the morning by singing a song or dancing or looking at an uplifting picture or hearing a song, seeing something that you love increases endorphins. You feel better. A smile, just if you bring out your smile, that will cause other people to smile, but you yourself will secrete endorphins. That produces endorphins. So entering the bliss feels incredible pleasure within the meditation will also do it. You guide the focus of your mind deliberately. In meditation, you use your mind to explore ways of increasing your endorphins. So the quantum fields, the human universe as a whole is filled with some unknown form of energy. Remember I told you before, the whole universe, we are moving ourselves. We're moving right now, is full of energy. But energy is not just something solid. There's energy in the space next to it. Look at the universe in general. We have solid objects, concentrated energy, but we have space around it. That is also has an electromagnetic field. It's full of energy. So, form of energy in the cathedral, it treads empty space. There's energy in empty space. Yes, there's energy right here. There's energy in here, and so. Matter is the exception rather than the rule. Look at the universe. Matter, solid things, they're the exception. Space is the normal, but the space has energy in it. Wow. I think you're looking at things differently now, so there's more energy in space than there is matter. Wow. Endorphins are found even in the simple cell organism. The single cell organisms, they found receptors off their cells, indicating that there are endorphins in your body. You just got to release them. Yes. Endorphins and the bliss, the feels that runs through the entire universe. So is the universe a happy field? If someone's there to release it, probably so. Children have it. Mozart effect of children, where they're much more musical, maybe because the endorphins can be released. So teach the kids, children. It seems to be the lifestyle that many tribal Aboriginal peoples claimed themselves. To be very poor, have nothing but be happy. So we hear, and this has been known for thousands of years, because you hear the Chinese, they call this energy chi. We have the people from India call it prana. So it's something that's been known by a different name for millions of years. So when we are tense, we block our chemical messengers, okay? The key endorphin effect concept physically triggers the production of feel-good hormones, okay? Endorphins and relaxation. 1930s, William Reich, he understood the vitality of energy that flows through nature. He kind of figured it out. Like the prana of Indians, remember I talked about, and the chi of the Chinese. So the pressures of daily human existence create tension and block the flow of endorphins and benevolent vitality, our stressful lives that we lead. So waking up your body, we may have a lifestyle that separates us from nature and the universe. We need to get back to nature. Take a walk every day. Before I moved downtown here, so I could teach more at the library, I was busy neurosurgeon, under a lot of stress, working long hours, but I get up at 5 in the morning to read and write books, and I had a big window there, and all kind of bird feeders there, and all kind of animals would come there and feed that, and I had a 2-acre pond. So I developed a relationship with the animals. They would peck on the window to get their food. Then I would go outside and walk around the pond and look at the water, look at the leaves, because there's a river back there. And then I look at the trees. I realized that the trees were a family. Their roots were interconnected, and I could tell who the father or parent tree was. I would look at the leaves, and I'd look at the shape of the leaves. The birds would follow me, and they would sing to me, and I would whistle back, the red-winged blackbirds. And the time I walked around the pond looking at the leaves and the butterflies and the worms, and the birds flying in the pond and the fish, time I walked around, I was so relaxed and feeling good. I did not fully understand it then, but I understand it now. I was secreting my endorphins. I was full of feel-good hormones. I felt wonderful. And I needed that because I was a busy neurosurgeon. I was even writing books at that time, early in the morning, 2,000 books in my basement. But you know, all that secreted endorphins too. And just to look at the color, the cover of the books, or look on the Amazon and look at them, and they made me feel better. So we are as natural as any plant or animal, remembering your true environment, how to wake up and fall asleep. First step, lying in bed. It would be a good habit. Bring your attention down into your body. Visualize your body. Stretch your fingers and toes. Pause for a moment and give your body moments of gratitude and affection. Say, thank you for getting me through this day. Step 2, you're on this earth, so you're surrounded by nature. So this is your true environment, and think of that, realize that you're all together, that the plants, the animals, and you are all one. So, and if it's morning, get up, and if it's not morning, then go to sleep, which may be easier for some than for others. I have such an active mind, but maybe that's the reason, I don't know. I have trouble going to sleep. Maybe that's stress. I think too much. I do too much. Affirm that we live in a cosmos. Confirm it. Filled with songs and atmospheres and vibrations beyond those of human cultures. Visualize the whole universe, the stars and the stripes and the Milky Way. This is a physical fact. In essence, we're made of stardust. Remember I said about the electromagnetic energy? Yes, we're made of stardust. Yes. Look at the reality of it. The stars, the universe, the sun, the holes up there, the Milky Way. This is us. We are all energy. We are participating in a great dance of life that flows through the infinity of the universe, remembering the universe as I ask you to do. Beyond the sun, the galaxy, so thick with stars, we see a cloud of hazy light, now called the Milky Way. And that's because it's so full of stars, it looks milky. That's reality. A lot of it is solid, but there's a tremendous amount of space around it. Your body is the same. It's no different. It's just a smaller amount. your strawberries, your feel-good, works with the events and thoughts that create pleasure, no matter how terrible your situation is, no matter how bad your situation is. Be a strawberry that can trigger endorphins. Think of something, sing a song, take a walk, hug a tree, that'll secrete endorphins and you'll feel better. So you're connecting with the benevolence of life. The power of the human mind triumphs over real life adversity. The power of your mind can overcome any adversity. But have some strawberries, feel good things that you do, like smiling, a soft eyelid, looking at your pet, hugging the wife. Incidentally, if you hug somebody, maybe hug them a little bit longer. Hold it for a few seconds. That'll increase the endorphins. They will feel better, and you will feel better. Whether it's a pet, a friend, your mother, your wife, your child. So increase your endorphin production. Go to different places that increase endorphins. Pet the animals, people. Increase your activities that secrete endorphins. Play a sport, tap dance. Like me, like what I did today in our gym in the building I live in now, was instinct. I made sure that I tapped on every beat of music. I did a tap with a toe or with the heel. I made sure that I waved my arm, number 2. And number 3, that I sang to the song. Yes, I did that today. God, did that make me feel good. And every beat I had a tap. So I'm going to be a tapper, a waver, and a singer. That's my exercise of the future. We'll see what happens. I'm 89, disease-free. Only one person. But I am an example. One person doesn't prove anything, but hey, I plan to live to be 120, and maybe that will happen. I certainly understand the science of it. So, and religious experiences are part of this. They cause endorphin flow, and I'm not for or against any one religion, but I think it's important. And for some, a religious symbol has a tremendous impact. So, taste, sense, textures, sounds, and colors, I would like for you to maybe have a read of a book and go to Amazon. William Bloom wrote a book, The Endorphin Effect. The Endorphin Effect. Excellent book. A breakthrough strategy for holistic health and spiritual well-being. So he respects religion, and he has a number of recommendations on page 286, and I may read some of those to you. It's a wonderful book to read. And incidentally, if you go to Amazon Books, look under used copies. I found like a book, Susan Ryan's book, Simply Keto. They may want $24 for the regular book, but if you look under used copies, they have excellent quality. I've bought enough of them, $3 or $4, sometimes cheaper. So it's nice to have a copy of a book. If you don't have 2,000 like I do, they get in the way of everything. Fortunately, Wesleyan University called me up because I was moving, and they have 80% of my books in their library on the 3rd floor, opposite Lutheran Hospital. You can go up there, and 2 chairs. You can go onto the YouTube shows. I mean, it's heaven. To me, it is. And people go up there and get rid of their diseases by sitting in my chair and surrounded by my books. So, hey, videos, movies, books, YouTube. So he has a 12-week program, and he has recommendations. Let me read you some of those to you. Every morning as you wake up and every evening before you go to bed, pause and look kindly down into your body. I already described that before. Touch your body to reassure and comfort it. It's the first 2 weeks. So we're trying to teach you. I had to learn too. Do you think I knew all this years ago? No, I'm learning. About at age 89, I'm still learning. I'm open-minded. And so week 3, list your strawberries, the things that make you feel good. Make a list, okay? And then do some of them. Begin the practice of pausing and absorbing the pleasure every time that you experience a strawberry. Okay, something that makes you feel good. You did an exercise, you did ball, you did dancing, whatever. And week 4, place next to your bathroom mirror an image of some person, place, or activity that you love. Well, that's I don't know. This is great, and I have that there. Things that make you do that. I have a picture of my wife sailing as a very young person on Lake Wabasee, a picture of that, and that increases my endorphins just looking at it. I also have a picture there of myself playing the piano, yes, at Carnegie Hall. Yes, my mother took me there. Unfortunately, I played mainly baseball and never really came through with that vision. But just for me to think of that, but I still take singing lessons. I still play the piano a little bit. Certainly not anywhere, but it could have been if I had practiced more. But put some similar images there. You can put an aurora there, and you hit a button, and you kind of go through a few. And then I take a shower. Sometimes I sing a song while I'm taking my shower. Okay. Week 5, plan an activity that will take you to one of your very best strawberries. Something that you like to do. And for me, it's to work out in my gym in my building, where they have a private room. We almost close the doors. You don't have to close them. But I have recorded a whole bunch of songs on my phone, and I tap dance and move. Remember, I said my latest one that I started actually today is to be sure in every beat that the toe of the heel taps and hits the ground, but then my arms move, and then I'm singing. That's my latest strawberry. So plan an activity that will take you to one of your very best strawberries. That's probably my best strawberry. So as you wake up and before you go to sleep, recognize the beauty of the earth. I need to do that one because, like I said, I don't sleep well. About the 4 or 5 hours I sleep, I do sleep well, so maybe it's not so bad. As you wake up and before you go to sleep, recognize the beauty of the earth, nature, the sun, and the universe. Relax and let the benevolent energies come deep into your body. That's one I need to know. Would you call me today and remind me while I'm trying to go to sleep? That's a good one. As I'm laying down to sleep, let's read it again. Recognize the beauty of the earth, nature. You know, I love nature, and the sun, and the universe. Visualize the stars and the moon, the Milky Way. Relax and let your benevolent energies come deep into your body. Rudy, do that tonight. please call me tomorrow. Really, did you do that? Week 7. Whenever you feel like begin to experiment with the inner smile, especially when you're experiencing either a strawberry or stress. Whenever you feel like it, begin to experiment with the inner smile, especially when you're experiencing either strawberry or stress. Okay, week 8. Whenever you like, switch on your inner smile. Begin to focus on your curled deer. Sense the strength of your own core. When you feel exhausted, turn within and connect with the earth, nature, the sun, and the universe. Okay? Week 9, with greater consciousness, begin to circulate the endorphins and benevolent vitality through your body and watch the energy go throughout your whole body, from the toes to the top of your head. 10, switch on the discipline of not reacting and begin to cradle your feelings when you're irritated or upset. Don't react to stresses. And 11, begin to experiment with boundary dreaming about your future and about anything that worries you. Allow your mind to enjoy totally positive and perfectly fulfilled scenarios for yourself and all of life. And be positive. It causes secretion of endorphins. Week 12, strongly entered and connected, begin to experience how your energy field can hold people and situations that you are developing strength and helping improve other people's lives, not just your own. That's the reason maybe why I'm working at age 89, doing TV and radio and podcasts, helping other people. It causes secretion of my own endorphins. People walk down the street, every third person says something nice to me. Dr. Riddy, I lost 30 pounds. My diabetes went away. You think maybe that might cause secretion of some of my dopamine and some of my endorphins? I believe so. So it's a 12-week program, and I just reviewed that with you. And I encourage you to read William Bloom's book. There are many other suggestions in there. I think today you've had some great education about what the hormones do in the world and what really is in existence in the universe. It's an electromagnetic field that's within our bodies. Every animal, every object, solid objects are just concentrated energy. Space is also energy. We're all interrelated, and I want you to learn how to live in this energy world, in this bliss field, this golden bliss. And what's so beautiful is our own endorphins make morphine that is 1,000 times stronger than the morphine you could take externally. So look good, and live forever. I love you. Thank you for listening. This will be on YouTube within the hour. Please watch it again, because what I said today was a little complex, even for me. Bye-bye. Come play pickleball or tap dance with me. I love you. Bye-bye.